What are the best short stories in Russian for beginners? If you've been wondering, in this video I will do a review of an amazing reader that you're going to love if you're a beginner or lower intermediate Russian learner. Keep watching! Hey, what's up? Christina here from Boost Your Russian, bringing you the best tips and tools for learning Russian online. So, short stories in Russian for beginners. I know they're hard to find. I know there are almost no good Russian readers for beginners on the market. So now that I have found one, I want to share it with you. In this video, I'll be reviewing this reader by Olly Richards called Short Stories in Russian. It's kind of famous. It was published only a few years ago, but I've seen it so many times. And I finally had a chance to review it. I got it on Amazon, the link is in the description. And by the way, there are other editions for other languages as well, like English, Spanish, French, German, and Italian. But of course, I will be reviewing the Russian edition. On the cover, it says that it's for beginners and also that it's for levels A2, B1. B1 level is actually not a beginner level, so I would say that this Russian reader is rather geared to high beginners and low intermediate learners. By the way, have you tried this reader? Write da or нет in the comments to let me know. You can see that the reader is pretty thick. It consists of 8 short stories, 3 to 4 chapters each. So this Russian reader will keep you busy for a while. I really like the name of the stories. Let me find them. So, «Безумные пельмени», «Чудовище», «Рыцарь», «Часы», «Сундук», «Неизвестная земля», «Женщина-невидимка», «Капсула». Even before I started reading the stories, the names really piqued my interest. Much more promising than the regular at the hotel, at the airport, at the shop, or even Soviet Army, Lenin, etc. if you were lucky enough to have one of those really old Russian readers. I have to say, these short stories are really good. You get the feeling that you are reading a regular book in Russian. It doesn't feel adapted. The most amazing thing about this Russian reader is that the stories are really diverse. For example, the first story is about a young couple traveling to Russia and getting lost. The next one is about a woman finding a strange object in the woods that makes her invisible for a while. Wow. There is also a story about Vikings, if you are into historical fantasy. And there is another story for sci-fi lovers about people who found a capsule with a person inside from another planet. And again, all this is written in easy Russian. Keep in mind that you still need to have at least an A2 level in order to enjoy the book. It's easy, but still not suitable if you started learning Russian only a short while ago. The stories go like this. Each one is divided into 3 to 4 chapters. After each chapter, there is a short summary, a vocabulary list, and comprehension questions with answers at the end of the book. Also, there is an extensive dictionary at the end, so you don't really need to use any apps in order to read the stories. What I really like is that at the beginning of the book, there are authors' recommendations on how to approach these stories in order to get the best results. There is a clear step-by-step plan that you can follow. So it goes like this. Step 1, Read the chapter all the way through without stopping to look up words and worrying about things that you don't understand. Step 2. When you reach the end of the chapter, read the short summary. Step 3. Go back and read the same chapter again. Step 4. Read the summary again and review the vocabulary list. And finally, step 5. Work through the comprehension questions. Finally, the best thing about this Russian reader. Can you guess? Stressed vowels for all Russian words are marked in bold. Hallelujah! A Russian reader with really interesting short stories for beginners, with comprehension questions and answers, with the vocabulary lists, with stressed vowels marked in bold. We obviously have a winner here. Bravo, Olly! I loved your short stories in Russian. Before we move on to the cons, give me a like if this video has been valuable to you. And remember to subscribe and hit the bell button if you want to be the first to know when I upload new videos. So the cons of this reader. I couldn't find any. Well, maybe just that there is no volume 2. Before I bought this reader, I read other reviews on Amazon, obviously. The link is in the description if you want to read them yourself. There were some complaints about typos and mistranslations. However, I think the reader has been edited since then. For example, I checked the photos that early customers uploaded in 2017, and they show that early versions of the reader didn't have stressed syllables marked, which is a big no for me. However, the reader I'm reviewing is the latest edition at the time of this recording, and I think all the mistranslations have been fixed because I actually didn't see any. In my next video, I'll be reading one of the short stories from the reader so you can see if the level of the difficulty is right for you. Also, check out this video where I tell you about the key elements each Russian reader should have for you to get the most out of it. I'll see you in the next video.